Mord attacks Ruth with mirage destruction, but Ruth dodges it. Ruth is scared and is sweating by seeing the overwhelming aura of Mord. Ruth is surprised by seeing the gap between their strength even after he is using an artifact. The power from the mirage destruction lights up the surround and caused great damage to the area. Ruth asked Mord that how much power he has hidden. Mord didn't answer. He rushed to attack Ruth. Ruth blocks the punch with his artifact. Mord tells Ruth the reason for his loss is his inability to predict the limits of Mord's strength and his inability to predict the abilities of Mord's teammates. Keel has bloodline of ancient elf. Ancient elf, those of legend who fought with gods, the descendants of the divine tree. Possessing the blood of the ancient elves means that you are an elven noble. But for half-blood to be able to use the power of the ancient elves is a bit shocking. Keel was also surprised to see this. Not long ago after drinking the nectar, Keel was able to successfully activate the divine blood. The one time when Keel activates the divine blood, Leon gets shocked, and he asked Keel that if he is a monster like Mord. Mord explains Leon the situation. He tells that Keel is not like them. Keel went in the opposite order compared to them. While people like Mord and Leon usually gain aura after becoming a divine blood, but Keel is a master-level magic combat artist, since he was already at a level where he can easily wield aura, so it's normal that he would be able to achieve divine blood opening quickly. Keel activates the bracelet of speed to heighten his speed. He then rushed and attacks the enemy. The divine blood enemy blocks it with his sword, but it's of no use as Keel uses his extreme speed and gets behind the man and kicks him. Upon getting kicked, the man flies away and hit the ground. The man is shocked to see this level of speed. Keel then activates the ring of electricity and uses the thunder god's hammer and attacks the man and knocks him out. On the other hand, Mord is beating Ruth. Ruth holds his stomach as he is in great pain. Mord didn't stop there. He rushed to punch Ruth again. Mord lands some consecutive blows. After that, he uses a bit more strength and hits on Ruth's face. Getting hit, Ruth flies away, and he breaks through a tree and lands on the ground. As expected of a god's blessing, to think you'd still be alive. Even when the artifact was broken, Mord says this to Ruth. Ruth's face is covered in bruises, and he is bleeding from his nose. He begs Mord to spare his life. He tries to convince Mord, saying that as he is the fourth higher up, he knows many valuable informations. I don't need it. It's probably nothing special if it's something a fourth tier knows. The real useful information is probably under restriction so that you can't speak of it, Mord says. As Mord is about to attack, Ruth begs for mercy, but Mord didn't give a F about it and launched his punch and kills him. Later we can see at a distant mountain too. Higher-ups of Blood of Sliver is walking. One on them tells the other that they need to look for a new guy for the 24-hour White Sliver. As they are walking, the guy at the front tells that where Ruth died, he sees a greater monster. It's as if a monster that could spell disaster for them opened its eyes and killed off one of the 24-hour White Silvers. The guy at the front is an old man. He asked the other guy that if that person is a divine blood. The young one replies probably and says that after returning from here, he will look into this matter. As they walks into the dark forest, thick fog surrounds them. Within in the fog, two monsters are waiting for them. As they walks further, a dragon lizard-like monster greets them. This monsters are the treacherous dragon army. On gets back to Mord, the situation there is settled. All the enemies are wiped away and everyone is talking about the battle experience. The member of the Shadow Wolf squad asked Keel that, how did he get so strong? Keel tells that the reason for this is Mord. It might get troublesome if the elves of the White Forest find out about you. If they found out that a half-elf like you obtained the power of the ancient elves, the Shadow Wolf squad guy says this to Keel. Keel says, what does it matter, what those big-eared pieces of trash say? They tells Keel that to be tainted with dirty blood, he is the shame of their race. They also tells him to get lost from this forest, this instant. Keel tells the man that he will kill them all if they mess with me. The man gets shocked and says that Keel has gotten more violent. Keel says that maybe he has gotten a bit after following Mord. Mord then gives all magic item of the blood of Sliver to Erna. At first, she didn't want to take it, but as Mord insists, she received the item happily. Eren then asked Mord that what is he going to do now. Mord replies that he will head to north to the White Demon Realm. Hearing this, Erna smiles and tells Mord to be careful as the White Demon Realm is a dangerous place. Mord also tells Erna to be careful from now on, as it could get dangerous for her if people learn of the fact that she knows the Archduke's secret. Mord then tells her that he won't recommend to tell the truth of Archduke to other and increase support. Are you worrying about me, Mord? Don't worry. There shouldn't be a problem since the Archduke and I never meet. Who else should I watch out for? Iran says. Mord tells Erna that there are 10 people that the Archduke trusts. Since Varen is dead, there are only 9. This 9 know the truth of Archduke, and yet they volunteer to act as the Archduke's dog. Expect for Castor. After hearing this, Erna asked Mord that why don't he find Kestner suspicious. Mord replies that he trusts him. Though Keel, Mord finds that Kestner doesn't know about the truth of Archduke. Erna also says that she also don't think that Kestner is someone who would deceive or lie to others. After that, Mord tells that Alan also knows the truth. He is choosing to follow the Archduke willingly, despite it. Hearing this, Erna gets shocked, as Alan is the first son, the person ahead of everyone else in the competition for succession, and also he is the person that they need to be most wary of. After thinking all of this, Erna puts a smile of her face and thanks Mord that they are on the same boat now. After that, Erna takes his leave, saying that they will soon see each other again. Mord also seems happy and says that he is looking forward to it. After that, the two of them goes their ways. Mord and his team starts to walk towards east. Leon asked that where they are going, as this is not the direction of the north. Mord says that before going to north, they are going to stop by a place. Mord tells them that they are going to cross the borders and tells Leon and Keel to get ready. The Shadow Wolf squad members are flowing them. The leader of them is Lowen. He asked Mord. Why is he going to east by crossing the border? Mord replies that they have business there. Intermediate warrior Mord, do you not realize the situation you are in? Lowen asked. Mord replies that he is sure that he understands it better than anyone in the world. Upon hearing this, Lowen asked Mord that then why is he taking the long way? The reason Mord is going to east is to collect the world fragments. But he didn't tells this to Lowen and says that he has personal work to do. After that, he will go to north. Lowen says that he is against this. He can't let Mord put himself in a greater danger for no reason. All right, then let's split up here. Thanks for the help until now. Mord says this to Lowen. Hearing this, Lowen stands silent. Mord further tells Lowen to take the shortest route to north and they will go this way. Mord, you're highly valued by General Ilden. It is our duty to bring you to him safely. You're an intermediate warrior of the Gatekeeper legend. Don't you think that you should fall under my command since we're together right now? Lowen says this in a rude tone. Keel gets a bit tense, but the word that Lowen said makes sense, as Lowen has the highest seniority in the Shadow Wolf squad. But the reason Keel is worried as Mord is not someone who will work under him. Sir Lowen, you seem to be greatly misunderstanding something. Let me make this clear. First, I am not affiliated to any organization currently. Second, I have no intention of joining your squad. Lastly, I was promised my right to freedom for 8 months from General Ilden. Is your duty not to protect me until I make it to the north? To me, it just looks like you're pissed that your mission is going to be dragged out. Don't try to tell me what to do just because you value your comfort more. You have 2 choices. Either you come with us and help us, or you split up from us and go north. Mord says this to Lowen and his squad. Upon hearing this, Lowen gets angry and says that Mord is all talk, and if he is not going to obey his orders, he has no choice but to force him to come with them. Saying this, Lowen points his sword at Mord. Mord also gets angry, and his aura changes. He then asked Lowen if he thinks that he can do that. A fight is about to occur. Leon asked Keel that they should stop them. Keel tells Leon to wait, as it's not a bad idea to make sure they know who has the upper hand here. The fight begins, both of them attacks. The collision of their attack creates a use wave. Mord thinks that despite seeing him fighting, this man still challenges him, so this man must be confident in his skills. Lowen blocks Mord punch and is fight with him on equal footing. Seeing this, Leon says that Lowen much stronger than he anticipated. Lowen is a legend in our squad. He's taken down Ordars, guys who were level 2 in Divine Blood opening, and he didn't really try that hard earlier since we had the upper hand in the fight. Keel says this to Leon. He's that strong? Then is Mord at a disadvantage here? Lowen asked. Keel replies, no. Although Lowen may be strong, but he's still human. However, Mord is a monster. Mord gathers mana around his fist and attacks Lowen with Mirage Destruction. Lowen stops it with his sword, but he gets pushed back. Lowen is surprised to see that how much Mord has grown in the last half year. He also decides to attack Mord with his ultimate technique. Lowen starts to gather mana and points it on his sword. Seeing the concentration of mana Mord gets, that Lowen is trying to win with brute force, so Mord also does the same and gathers mana around his fist. After preparing both of them, rushed at each out. As they are about to collide at that time, a boy comes between them and stops both of their attacks. The boy tells Lowen to stop as any more, then this will be problematic for him. Short dark hair, eye patch over his left eye. Seeing this, Mord recognizes this boy. The boy then looks at Mord and greets him as the young master. This boy's name is Farewell Nair, and he is Aiden's friend. Lowen tells the boy to leave this to him, as he wants to teach Mord a lesson. There's no need. It's not like Mord is wrong. Plus, I doubt that you're skilled enough to be the one to teach him a lesson. The boy says this to Lowen. Mord then breaks the defense skill of Nair with just his aura. Seeing this, Lowen gets shocked as when he attacked the defense skill, it didn't budge a bit. Nair then looks at Mord and says that he wants to talk with him. Nair says that he has some business with Mord. After that, Nair takes Mord to a corner and introduces himself to Mord. He says that he is Farewell Nair and he is a mage in the Shadow Wolf Squad. Mord already know this as Nair is one of the main characters of the novel. Farewell Nair, a boy who taught Aiden, who had lost his family and mentor, the pain of losing a dear friend. His family had been massacred by a half-divine blood organization called Prexaras, and he had joined Aiden's party in order to get revenge. The two shared many similarities, which helped them grow closer quickly, and for 2 years, they fought through many obstacles together. They managed to greatly damage Prexaras and the Sage of Darkness, but Nair ends up dying, trying to protect Aiden without getting his revenge. According to the novel, all of this incident will occur in the next 2 years, and at this point in time, the two didn't even know each other. Mord then asked Nair that what business he had with him. Nair says that it's for a personal matter. General Ilden told him that Mord would be able to solve his issue. Nair then asked Mord that if he had heard about the name Prexaras. Of course, Mord replies. Nair gets stunned to hear that Mord heard the name Prexaras. Mord then says that Prexaras is an organization that goes around hunting divine bloods with the goal of becoming the gods of the modern era. He then asked Nair that why is he suddenly asking about them. Nair gets astonished and asks Mord that how did he know all of that. Is that important? I think I know them better than you do, at least, Mord says. Nair is utterly speechless. He looks at Mord with his mouth wide open. Mord then tells Nair to quickly get to the point. Nair grinds his teeth and suddenly he kneels down in front of Mord and says that he will help him from now on, and in return Mord also had to help him get his revenge. Nair also says that General Ilden said that Mord would be capable of locating and eliminating Prexaras. Hearing this, Mord asked Nair that what can he do for him. I'm a high-ranking 5th Circle mage. I noticed that you don't have a mage in your party. I will use my skills for your sake if I can just get revenge. Nair says this to Mord. Upon hearing this, Mord agrees to take Nair in his party. Mord then thinks that Farwell Nair is talented a mage, as Aiden is. And it's not hard to get rid of Prexaras, as they're a pretty small organization. Prexaras will disappear because of a conflict with the Blood of Silver later on, but if they get rid of them earlier on, it'll prevent them from doing all the harm they potentially would have done. Most importantly, Mord would be taking Aiden's future party member, and that alone is a great benefit for Mord. After that, Mord and his party, along with Nair, sits around a bonfire. Mord then tells Nair that he will have to work a few years in the Gatekeeper Legion. It's for his own growth. Mord asked Nair that if it's fine with him as he won't be able to help. Him, get revenge right away. However, to show Nair that Mord is capable of helping him get revenge, he tells Leon to bring out the items. Leon comes with a wooden box and gives it to Nair. As he opens it, he sees some incredible items. There is a magic staff in the box. As Nair holds the staff in his hand, he gets that it's a much better one than his. There is also a spell archive necklace and earrings of mana restraint. There is a very rare book that can only be found in ancient ruins. Nair then asked Leon that how come they have such incredible items. Leon smiles and says that they have saved these for the mage that will join their party. Magic is very hard to level up without outside resources, since an immense amount of magical knowledge has built up over the decades. In other words, it's much easier to just learn using other resources than to try and create new things. Nair is a more powerful mage than Aiden at this point in time. He's 5th Circle already at the age of 15. This is Mord's chance to foster a mage. Nair is happy with these items. He tells Mord that he will repay him for this, no matter what he has to do. Mord says that there is no need for that. This is for persuading Lowen. Mord finds it pretty fun to make his party members stronger using Huss knowledge from novel. He also wants to see how fast this guy grows. Nair then asked Mord that how old is he? Mord replies that he is 15 years old. Sorry? The world sure is big. I didn't think someone as monstrous as you could be my age. Nair says this. Hearing this, Mord asked Nair that did he just call him a monster? Sorry, but I can't think of any other to describe you. I'm excited to see where you will take me, Nair says. Mord replies that he won't be disappointed. After that, in the next morning, Mord and his little party reached the northwest of the continent, Vert Kingdom. The 7 of them starts to roam around the city. Lowen then asked Mord that as now they are here, what is he planning to do? Mord replies that nothing much. They are just going to destroy a few places. Hearing this, Lowen and Nair get stunned. Keel and Leon is normal as all this time they have been doing this type of work.